an emergency alarm using the SmartThings platform. And I actually have done many hackathons, and this one is probably one of my favorites. I've learned a lot from all of the sponsors. The sponsors for this hackathon have been phenomenal. Even though we only used the SmartThings in this solution, it was very targeted at a specific need. We were able to use all of the materials and hardware and software from all of the sponsors. And I want to introduce our team: Jason Su, Lori Chin, Majid Nabawi, and Dorian Carbone, who is interpreting. Majid is in the audience. And Majid and Lori were our subject matter experts, and Dorian is our interpreter. And before I go to the next slide, we had another app that we were planning on presenting downstairs, so we spent a lot of time on that one. We were not able to finish that, but it was, I don't even want to go into it. Next slide. The problem statement. First of all, the market for deaf Americans is very large. There's 36 million adult Americans who have some type of hearing loss. 17% of the American population has a form of hearing loss. And the problem that we wanted to solve here was when somebody comes to the door and knocks, very specifically. If you can't hear that knock, how do you know someone's there? So, the secondary problem statement was, how do we know if someone is or has broken into our home? So that's the name of the product, is Silent Safety, making sure that somebody with a hearing impairment is safe in their home and also knows when someone comes to the door. So next slide. So what's currently out there for a door knock signal alone? A door knock signal. There's a $200 solution that includes a clock. It's very complex. It's actually used for large enterprises, large locations. That goes for about $200. Or a very simple door knocker that you can purchase right now, $30. But all it does is one white light, and it uses a vibration for the knock and turns on the light. So next slide. So how is ours different? We use the SmartThings multi-sensor. We've got a phone call coming in, so of course, right in the middle. We used a multi-sensor. You can see it here on the slide. That actually takes vibration using the acceleration sensor in the SmartThings device. There's also it's an open-close sensor, and I don't want to hold it up because it's going to activate it. It should be activated. If I knock, let's see. The light goes blue inside the house, so you can have this light wherever you'd like to have it in the house. And you can set it to go off after a few seconds. Right now it's going to go off in about 15 seconds. And then it goes back to white if it's on. If it's off, it will go off. It's also an open-close sensor, so I'm going to pick it up. It's going to activate blue. But if it were on the door and it opened, let's say it were on the window and it opened, it's not, oh, because I have a voicemail here. It's blue, but it's red because somebody's trying to break into the window. So that's not good, right? This will also, in our extensions, we actually had set it up originally to have it turn green when you open the door, but it's more applicable for emergencies, for a red light. And you can also make a smoke alarm because it has a temperature sensor in this sensor. And an app notification to your phone. Send a push if there's a break-in or fire if you're not at home. So it's actually useful for the general population. Did you want to add anything, Jason?
So yeah, when we're trying to bring this to market, we would definitely want this to be a more complete home control and security system. So we would integrate it for all parts of the house, such as breaks into the garage or the backyard and all the places. And one of the things we were thinking about was how the deaf can communicate with the hearing in the most efficient way possible. If you have a home break-in with a solution like ADT, the assumption is that the hearing person can talk to another hearing person on a telephone line and communicate their problem, or call the police, or take the appropriate action. With a deaf homeowner, this solution is not available. So we were working on an app to try to better facilitate the communication between a deaf person and a hearing person when time is a very sensitive issue. And our app, which is still in development, is called Face Talk. And basically this is a combined video conferencing and interactive text pad application